Okay, let's talk about effective networking. Um, because oftentimes we talk about networking, but when it comes to actually getting into the nuts and bolts, people aren't necessarily there. It's one of the I guess it's one of those videos that a lot of people don't listen to because it's kind of like getting into the details. It's just not about the real overall shit. This is more so, okay, this is how we're gonna network. And when we talk about networking, we have to understand networking overall. Okay, there's networking amongst black professionals. There's networking amongst professionals as well, right? So when you network, don't just be on some, well, I'm just only trying to network with black people. Trust me, you want to network with whoever wants to network with you. It's as simple as that, because you never know who you're going to meet. Now, you need to have a proper email address. I have about like 4 or 5. I have some for friends and family. Okay, somebody sending me an invitation, or some pictures of their wedding or whatever. I have one for classmates. Okay, in terms of people I go to school with. Oh, can you send me this document, or send me your paper to proofread. But then I have one, and then I have one for work related issues. If I've applied for a job, or in the past or something for work. But then I have one for people I meet, kind of, so from the whole networking standpoint. Okay, so they're all separate, and it's not that hard, because like for Hotmail, I use Hotmail. There's a feature where you can link multiple email accounts. So I'm not, going to Yahoo, then I'm going to Hotmail, then I'm going to Gmail, or, whatever. It's all under Hotmail, and I can actually click on the email address, open that one up, and see who's emailed me. Okay? I even have one for my pink elephant, jump off on YouTube, but I haven't really put that out there to you guys. But because it's easier for you guys to communicate with me via YouTube. It's already set up for that. But I'll probably put it up there anyways. So you need to have one, first of all, so you can organize your communications. And you want it to be appropriate. You want it to be simple. You don't want to have Miss Nasty 102 at hotmail.com. You want something simple, something preferably with your name in some abbreviated form, something professional. Right? You're not gonna, hey, let me give you my email, and it's Nasty Girl 105. You're not gonna do that. Right? So you got to have those sorts of separate email accounts. Now, obviously, you don't need to have as many as I do, but it just helps me organize who I get in contact with. But just make sure that the actual email name is just, professional and, not disrespectful. Also, and this is more so advanced, because it could be somewhat pricey if you're really on a budget. 2 cell phone numbers. You don't always want to give out your personal cell phone number. You don't want to necessarily mix business with pleasure and family, right? So consider having a second line, where that the people that call this number, it's either because it's work, school, or, networking sort of purposes. But then you have a separate line for family and friends. So that if this phone is ringing, okay, it's somebody from this area of my life, as opposed to, it could be a friend, it could be, a coworker, it could be a girl that I'm trying to avoid. I don't know what it is, but when you have that, going on, you can separate things a little bit easier. Now, that's an advanced move. I'm not saying people should go out and do it, but it's something to consider. Okay? Also, business card. Have a business card. That you can get them for cheap. I know there's a website called vistaprint.com, VISTA print, PRINT.com, and they're pretty much, you can get 250 business cards for free, but they get you with shipping. So if you shop around your local area, I'm sure you can get something for the same price. But, you can get some pretty, plain business cards, 250 for about $15. Now, do you have to be a business owner? No, you don't have to be a business owner, but you can just have your name on it. It can have your what you do. If you're a student, you can say student, or if you work in this industry, put it on there. Your cell phone number, your email address, something to say here's who I am. Especially if you're going to a event where there's going to be a lot of people there. You're not going to take out your BlackBerry and put everybody's number in your phone. It takes too much time. But if you have a business card, you can exchange business cards. Here you go, here you go. And you always keep it with you. Always keep some business cards on you so that if you see somebody, it's a simple exchange. It's too much work to say, let me take out my phone and put your info in. That's happened to me before where, I exchange email addresses, but, is that a dash or an underscore? And then you lose out on that contact. So you can't necessarily have that. So just have a simple business card. It can just say your name and your information. You can really cater it to what you want people to know about you, right? And so therefore you can just hand it out to people. What else? I think that's it right now. This kind of this video kind of just popped up in my head, but those are the things that you can do to start the whole process of networking with people. Okay, you have to set yourself up. Okay, you have to be in a position where you can network and you have the whole infrastructure set up. And a lot of it too, and if you don't know how to use your cell phone, please do. Right? It's no longer, I had this issue with my mom and technology. It was cute 10 years ago to not know how to use a computer or a cell phone. It was cute. Now it's not. Okay? It's pretty much mandatory. So know how to use your cell phone. If your cell phone receives email, know how to use it. Know how to text message. If you're not in the habit of checking your email, you have to get in the habit of checking your email, I would say maybe twice a day. Get in the habit. For me, it's just like in the morning I don't have time, but I like to check it sometime before 2 o'clock, and of course when I get home, right? So that's something that you have to do because it's easier to communicate with people electronically. Some people prefer it. So those are just some small tips that you can do to get the whole networking process set up. Y'all take it easy. God bless.